Let's start with point 1.1, which is the breakdown of the organization. Our company name is Aurora Bakeries Neighborhood, and the name Aurora is taken from the phenomenon of Aurora Borealis that happens in the North region. And it brings the meaning of beautiful and miracle that always light up the sky through the region. Aurora Bakery was established in January 1st, 2022 in Kuala Lumpur. We sell a variety of essential bakery main product, which is cakes. Point 1.2 is the operation strategy. The first one is product assembly. We strive to improve processes including team communication and product assembly, and also it access information regarding our products as well in order to prioritize work. Second is the supply chain optimization. We seek strategies to optimize product transportation from suppliers to distributors, and also we are deploying speedier communication technologies for optimizing delivery numbers. The third one is delivering storing, which is the inventory operation plan that assists Aurora Bakeries Berhad in determining how to order, maintain and process our inventory. And we seek more effective methods of delivering or storing merchandise in order to reduce cost and waste. Lastly is the facility management. It establishes whether or not our present facilities are working as expected, and it determines whether our bakery needs new facilities, and if so, perform a search to find the best ones. For the point 1.3 is the Aurora Bakeries Neighborhood mission. We are committed to sustainable farming and natural ingredients and sources of all our ingredients as good as possible, and also we strive to be the best leading bakery company in Malaysia, to be as good as the other bakery companies and get recognized by the people locally and internationally. Next is point 1.4, which is the operational objective. So we are trying to minimize waste, as we are trying to limit waste while not running out of popular goods, and we are also reducing waste by discounting leftover bakered items the next day, and also we are donating any leftover bakered goods to homeless shelters and community organizations. Lastly is the point 1.5, which is product and services. Our product is that we sell a variety of cakes in the bakery, such as vanilla cake, chocolate cake, tiramisu cake and blueberry cake. And for the services, we also do for the catering and also delivery for the cake.
Moving on to the process of production and quality procedures, this is the flowchart for Aurora Bakery. The steps are weighing, creaming, mixing, greasing of pan, baking, cooling, packaging and labeling. Every step requires a specific control of quality. To pass quality control testing, the cakes must be uniform. The raw materials are unsalted butter, granulated sugar, fresh eggs, cake flour, baking powder, fresh milk, and flavors. In the weighing stage, the raw materials are weighed with a weighing scale. Next, the butter and sugar are creamed together for 20 minutes with a food mixer. The eggs, flour, baking powder, milk, and flavors are mixed together with the cream, and different flavors are used. The mixture is then poured into a greased metal pan. The cake is baked in an oven at 190 degrees Celsius for 50 minutes and will be left to cool down for 1 hour. Lastly, transparent plastic containers are used, and the cakes will be labelled with their flavors and the name of the business. The capacity is determined by the managers, and here is the design capacity for Aurora Bakery. The actual production last week is 10,000 cakes. The effective capacity is 12,000 cakes. The design capacity is 1,000 cakes per hour. The operating days is 6 days per week with 3 8-hour shifts. So, the design capacity is 144,000 cakes with 6.94% utilization and 83.33% efficiency.
Based on the factor rating method, Aurora Bakery found that Kuala Lumpur has better weight score than Selangor. So we choose Kuala Lumpur to establish our bakery shop. The factors that are considered is cost. The cost is separated into two groups, which are tangible and intangible costs. We believe that Aurora Bakery can manage all the tangible costs, since we know that Kuala Lumpur has a lot of factories and shops that offer an affordable price to seller in buying equipment for bakery shop. Then, proximity to markets. In Kuala Lumpur, there are various suppliers to choose from, such as Glim Bakery suppliers and Yumi Bakery suppliers in Berhad. So our business can obtain raw material in the proper quality on the time in order to maintain continuous production. Lastly, proximity to competitors. We believe that with this competitor, it can grow up our business, especially when Aurora Bakery offer more affordable price than other bakeries. Cause and effect diagram. This diagram shows the fishbone chart of Aurora Bakery. Aurora Bakery used this for highlight possible quality problems and inspection points. This diagram shows the factors such as environment, people, method, material and machine that have substantial impact on the process of cake. In the factor of environment, kitchen temperature and humidity are the cause that may affect ingredient performance. The baker is a major factor in the people at Aurora Bakery, influencing the assembly and creation of baked goods to expand or not expand the bakery's menu. Method in the baking cake processing, such as roasting time, preheating the oven, will affect the taste, the texture, and the quality of the cake. Material, which is the factor and the cost, such as ingredient and the recipe, to create the basic structure of the entire cake. Lastly, the advanced technology of the mixer and oven will affect the consistency of the product by changing baking techniques.
Next is Aurora Layout Design. The layout design is based on product-oriented layout. The bakery area is divided into 3 main sections, which are main bakery area, office area, and utility area. Then we also included 1 storage room and 1 bathroom that is only accessible for the employees. Next, this slide shows the organizational chart of Aurora Bakery's neighborhood. Muhammad Shukri, the CEO of Aurora Bakery, is in charge of developing, conveying, and carrying out the Aurora Bakery's vision, mission, and overall direction. Next, Li Xiaoqing, the Human Resource Manager, is responsible for managing all aspects of the employment process, including onboarding and training new employees. Then, Aiman Rakib, the Research and Development Manager, is in charge of formulating, implementing, and track research and development strategies and prioritize in support of Aurora Bakery's commercial policy or research goal, while the Finance and Accounting Manager, Nur Amali Kaisara, is responsible for the organization's financial reporting, budgeting, and financial statement. Lastly, Wong Jiahui, the Sales and Marketing Manager, must maintain cooperative client relationship as well as track and manage initiatives undertaken by collaborating department. The first line management in Aurora Bakery's neighborhood, consisting of board of directors, cafe manager, head baker or chef, assistant baker or assistant chef, and steward and stewardess. Job analysis is a crucial stage in ensuring that the best applicants are chosen. Aurora Bakery uses three methods that are observations, interview, and questionnaire. These three methods help us to know the employees' characteristics and their skill used by them to perform the job. It also identifies the physical, emotional, and other human traits required to do the job well. The PAQ model is a job analysis questionnaire and technique that assesses applicants' work skill level and basic attributes. The PAQ model is mostly based on the work-oriented method, and its primary goal is to examine an employee's or worker's behavior at work. Aurora Bakery's HR strategies. We offer 6 monthly 1-day food handling courses will be provided to all employees and new members. Aurora Bakery shows its appreciation for its staff by giving them the Best Recipe Award, Star Chef of the Month, monetary or non-monetary benefits, and grievance redressal system. The safety measures in the kitchen. Apron and gloves must be clean for bakers and chefs. First aid supplies. Placement of cutlery is correct. Stewards must wear appropriate attire. And lastly, kitchen standardization and high quality equipment. Aurora Bakery's working hours. Aurora Bakery is open 6 days a week. Workers are allocated 6 days to labor and are entitled to 1 day off. Those in charge of management can work a regular schedule from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., while employees involved in operation can pick between 3 shifts.
Now, I will going to present supply chain management. Objective of all supply chains, regardless of their size or complexity, is to deliver a product to the consumer. A supply chain for Aurora Bakery begins with the procurement of raw material and conclude with the delivery of the final product to the consumers. In order to maximize efficiency and maintain quality, each level of the process required throughout design and constant optimizing is necessary to boost productivity without compromising quality. There are 4 supply chain activities for Aurora Bakery, which is raw material, supplier, manufacturing, and distribution. In conclusion, it is important for a company to have an operations strategy, mission, and operation objective to achieve the target goals. This report describes the operation management activity, including how Aurora Bakery carry out with regard to the product or service offer, production process capacity consideration, quality procedure, location decision analysis, layout design, the human resources required, and supply chain activity within using operation tools to design the operational activities. However, there are some significant advantages to owning the bakery. We will have control over a retail firm where we can build a loyal client base and expand when the time comes, which is the product control, creativity, and potential for expansion to large franchise all over Malaysia. That's all from Class 22A, Group 7. Thank you.